Tinubu ruled Lagos State for a while. Or he still has an hold on Lagos State as we speak. He chooses who is going to be the next governor. Even when you are a governor and you are doing well, it doesn't mean they can vote for you.
I really like to say your attire. This is actually the first time I'm having a guest on my podcast dressing like this. What is this dress code?
This is Buba. They call it Buba in my native language. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Yoruba man. This is how we dress as a Yoruba man. So I decided to come here as a Yoruba man
Hmm.
because there is no way you can talk about politics. Your cultural background definitely going to take
Hmm.
some part in what you are going to say.
Right. Thank you so much. I mean, you look really. This looks volume. Like this look good.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Do you mind before I go ahead? Do you mind whoever is interested in getting something like this? Do you mind sharing how they might go, the procedures of getting it?
Well, we have a lot of African stores around. They can easily go to the African stores. If they have a Nigerian friend, they can tell them how to go. My own tailor is from Nigeria, so I buy the fabrics in Nigeria and they sew it and send it to me. So that's how I go about it.
Wow. So you basically where you have to import this stuff. That means
No,
you.
you can do it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are tailors around here that can. I have other ones that I get from American Nigerian tailors that lives in America.
Okay.
So it's just
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. This looks really nice. Well, that is it. That is for that. So now let's just delve into the more important stuff right now. And today, I met a couple of people. I try to introduce my podcast to them, and a few of them asked me about political issues. I've met individuals who were interested in political issues because they think that is part of what it means to be a citizen, to be able to prognosticate, or not just prognosticate, be able to dialogue about our political condition and situation right now, and be able to start deliberating. Because if we don't discuss things like this, then how can we be sure that our future leaders will be politically educated? Hello, Mr. Coyote. You're welcome to my studio.
Thank you very much. Um, my name is Kayode Osho. I am a retired correctional officer. I am into music. I'm into theology, and I'm into anything that is legal that brings money. That's just
I was brought up in a background that I was told not to discuss politics. I was brought up in a background where we believe that, politics is something that is mundane and it shouldn't be something we should dialogue on. But, I started realizing at this stage of my life that it is my moral obligation as a citizen and as a responsible person to be able to think. And one way I think is talking. And then if I can talk politics, I can know politics. And if I can know politics, then I can be a better person, a better citizen, knowing and understanding my moral obligation as a citizen and things I should be expecting and things I should be responsible for.
whether you like it or not. The fact that you were born is even political.
Hmm.
Everything about our daily lives is political. For people to tell you not to talk about politics is just a from where we come from. Our elders don't want you to tell them what is in your own mind.
Mm.
In other words, if what they did to us while we were growing, if it were to be here in America, it's going to be called abuse.
Mm.
For you not to say what you want to say freely. You understand me? So that's the way I see it.
Right. So I'm really glad you are here today because I have questions for you. You're politically educated, and not about that you are enthusiastic about political issue because I have realized that you want the best for a country that is struggling for democracy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great. We know that election is coming up very soon in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah. And and I have a lot of friends who have the other political aspirations, ambitions, and they're most of them are traveling to Nigeria right now for campaigns and things like that. If I might ask you, the political structure in Nigeria right now, is it beyond redemption?
Mm. Nothing is beyond redemption. Nothing. But if I may say what is on my mind, the political terrain in Nigeria is meant for people who have always been our leaders before. Because they are the one that has the money.
Mm.
You understand me? If you don't have money in Nigerian political society, you have no voice.
Mm.
First of all, let's use Lagos State as an example. Tinubu ruled Lagos State for a while, but he still has an hold on Lagos State as we speak. He chooses who is going to be the next governor. Even when you are a governor and you are doing well, it doesn't mean they can vote for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Now you are a governor of a state, you put your daughter in a position where she can make money. You put your son online to go for the governor of the next election. So there is no other people who can go for election.
What's the name of his son?
I think it's Sheyi or something.
Okay.
We don't know. We have to relinquish or take this thing away from these people that has money. We cannot be dancing in a circle. How do we want to move forward? Those people who have ruled us before, they are still the one coming back to rule us again. What ideas do they have? What about the young folks? The young folks are the people that should be going for presidency or maybe the governorship or anything. But we don't have money.
Can I ask you a question? Sorry.
Yes.
There's somewhere I read in the scripture that said stupidity is tied in the heart of a child. And okay, when I say child, as the child grows up, it gets wiser. The question is, at what point in age do you think one can say, I am now wise enough?
Well, what age do you become an adult?
Does the adolescence signify wisdom?
No. But sometimes you can be an old person and yet you are not wise. You don't know anything. You can be wise at the age of 2. It doesn't matter. Anybody could come with an idea. There was a time I was reading about the youngest professor. He's 7 years. He's a professor at 7, or maybe yeah, in America. So we don't put age on being wise or maybe being an adult anymore. Things are faster. Change is the only thing that is permanent.
Don't you think that putting a young person in power only gives him a chance to, you know, you know, uh, enable him to live a lucrative life. Because being young means that one still have the enthusiasm and the energy to satisfy and create the endeavor, or just be in the endeavor to create a good life for himself, because he still have a very long time to live.
Now,
Okay.
what do you say about the president of France? He became the president at the age of 30 something. What do you talk about Obama here in America? The enormous, the weight of being a leader makes you grow up fast. I'm telling you this. Africa, why are we so backward in everything? Why can somebody be a president of a nation for 30 years? Look at Cameroon. The president he has been there for over 30 something years. As we speak, he doesn't even know what he's saying, or maybe he's senile. Look at Mugabe. He was there for how long? Come on, man. The youths, when are they going to come over and take over from all these people?
Okay. What about, let's talk about the youth. What variant of youth are we looking for? Just any youth, or what kind of youth do you think is ideal?
Look, not everybody wants to be a public servant.
Hmm.
The youth who wants to be a leader would have shown it when he was in the high school already. That is where politics starts for everybody.
Hmm.
So, yes, we see them here every time they go on, they talk about everything about gun and stuff, because the youths are doing that here. The
Hmm.
same thing everywhere. The youths, you're going to say you are the head of this, and maybe you are the head of the head prefect when we were growing up.
Hmm.
Those are the things that form their political ambition. Not everybody wants to be a leader. The leader quality is always imbibed in people from when they were little.
Hmm.
You will always see it. Obama wanted to be a leader. When he came out of college, he went into public community service. They gave him a job to work in a law firm. He refused it to go for public service. At the end of the day, he took it from there to the state senate. From the state senate, he came to the national. Then he became the president. When he was in college, he was the head of maybe their law review or whatever.
Hmm.
He was the head. This thing is progression in a way. It's not like anybody just say to wake up one day and say, I want to be the president. It must have been in you while you are in high school. It is when you are in high school you really know who you are. That is when you started defining what you want to be. That is where you see people say, oh, I think I want to be a doctor. I think I want to be a lawyer. But in Africa, those that have money, they call the shots.
Hmm.
That is why that is why an average age of being a president in Africa is 70 something.
Hmm.
Look at Macron, is maybe 40 something years now, and he's going for his second term or third term now. That's just the way it is.
So what do you think is the way out? We have young people that are trying to go into office, and we have this powerful incumbent leaders already in place. What do you think is the way out?
Uh, You know, the way out is always with the people that vote.
Okay.
And in Africa, poverty is so much that we don't have no conscience anymore. Anybody that gives me money and I know that I can feed my people, that's who I want to vote for. That's how it works in Africa.
When you say that like, so are you trying to say that
What I'm trying
people?
to say is if they give you money, you will always go and vote for whoever you think is going to work. I'm not going to tell you not to take their money. Take it. But vote for whoever you think is going to be the best. They should give voter the power is always with you, whether we like it or not. But do we do election? Do we have election in Africa? That's one thing I want you to understand. Whereby the hoodlums can just come and take the boxes and throw it away and change it. Do we? Until we say no. The masses has to put their feet down that we know this is not what we asked for.
Hmm.
Yes, it's not what we asked for.
So, do you think vote counts in Nigeria?
That's what I just said now. I don't believe in Nigerian election. It's not. Is it an election?
So, if the vote doesn't count, why should people even put in effort to vote?
Do we vote in Nigeria? Nigeria, we have the population of almost 200 and something million. Lagos State alone has about 16 or 20 something million. At the end of the day, when I say 16 million, those people that can vote, they are like maybe like 60%. But every year when they have an election, nobody comes out because there is nothing that attracts them to want to vote. Because an average person knows that at the end of the day, his vote does not count. His vote does not count, and that's the fact.
So, any aspiring leader right now that is watching this show, what would you suggest to that person? What should be the attraction? What should he use as an attraction for those who do not vote? What should he use as an attraction?
Well, I I mean, I don't know what to say about what any the person that is a leader in Africa right now is a corrupt person in the first place.
Okay.
So they know who they want to succeed them. Yes. If you are a young person and you are telling the people what really is going on, they shut you down. They put you in jail. By the time you come out, you don't even want to be anything anymore, except if you are really, really, really politically inclined.
Okay, I was on an Instagram conversation with someone a few days ago, and the person asked me, "What do I think is a solution for the chaos we're experiencing in Nigeria right now?" And I said, "Well, it all starts with us here and those who have opportunity." And I believe that I personally believe that in order to be able to conquer evil, you must learn evil so you can conquer evil with the good. What I mean is that we are dealing with people who are brutal, people who can take you out with anything they've got. And until you can conceive the kind of mindset they have, that you can stand them. You say people who are ready to shut you up because they are brutal, because they are heartless. You can only stand them. This is from my view, right? You can only deal with them if you go heartless. If you don't go heartless with them, they will always win. And this is why the war between the Jews and the Nazi was really a chaos because I believe the Jews didn't have the kind of heart Hitler had. And because of that, he was always ahead of them.
Um, The evil will not top the good. It may take a long time.
But this has
The
been
only
over
way,
this has been over 100 years now that Nigeria has been going through this rigorous circling confusion and chaos, and this same dialogue has been going on all these years, and but yet we're not getting any result. Now the Kanu tried to say something, he was shut down. So tried to say something, he was shut down. People keep getting shut down. Why? Because they are trying to manifest their voice in a peaceful or in a
no,
before I finish. So sorry to cut you. Someone said to me that a good man is not a harmless man. A good person is a dangerous person.
a good person is a dangerous person.
Yeah, who decided to be civil enough to be good. That means a rabbit is not a good animal. A good animal is a dog that can tear you apart, but decide to be calm.
Hmm.
Don't you think the fact that Showore, Nnamdi Kanu, and the likes of them who couldn't do anything about the situation of in Nigeria, don't you think if they had more power to do something?
Look, who has the power right now? It's those people that
Who?
has this money. So raise all over the place. Who is going to give Showore money? Who is going to give Nnamdi Kanu money? Who is going to give Igboho money? Is it the youth who has no job?
When you
Who has never listen? It's going to take how long it's going to take? I don't know. But change is permanent. It will come when it will come. How it's going to come? I don't know. If anybody would have told you a black man is going to rule America, would you have accepted it? Would you have agreed with that person? But it happens. That's just it. Whenever change is going to come, it may come in any form, but it's going to come. Trust
okay, I agree. I understand that. Let's not skip the part that says how can this be dealt with? I mean, we understand that you might not be able to give a perfect solution, but with your inclination, how do you think we can deal with what is? Look, a lot of people are running for
me. Look,
office right now.
a leader who has money, who has been with those corrupt people, can get there and decided to change.
Is this really about money?
Oh yes, politics.
Is money power, or can these two things be differentiated?
Money is the only thing that I believe can give you power. Money is different from power,
Okay.
but money is what can give you power.
Okay, if money really is power, then how, as rich as Atiku is, how did he lose the election about 4 years ago?
Look, whatever you do, you have to be in the right place at the right time. What you are doing, what you did 10 years ago could come and haunt you now. Atiku was the vice president to Obasanjo. He was in charge of the privatization. He took everything and bought them by proxy. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. He bought all those, instead of him to sell those things they told him to sell,
Hmm.
but he sold it to his own people. Like by proxy, he asked people to buy it on his own behalf. Obasanjo later knew about all this and he shut him down. Those things will affect him. What about if you have been a very good servant? Obasanjo would have backed him up for that election, which would have helped him in the South. People love Atiku, but those things that he did while he was in office came back to bite him too.
Hmm. So are you saying that?
Sometimes money can be useless. You should know that. Yes, when you are in a very good position, people can go for you like, okay, let's use our money to take care of this guy so it can be this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So now let's look at now we understand that the east and the west of Nigeria where we can deal with money. But what about the northern part of Nigeria? Do you think money move these people?
Well, those that have money in the north are many.
Mm,
Their behaviors towards each other is different. As a Yoruba man, I we don't follow people like the northern people follow people. Yes. An
mm.
average northerner don't mind answer it to you. I'll follow you. But the Yoruba man, our intellectual know-how is higher than the north. And whether they like it or not, is a fact. You cannot compare the northerner with the southerner. It cannot happen. Look at what happened between if Tinubu did not bring our present president, do you think we were somebody from the south can win in the north? No, I was born in the northern part of Nigeria, but now maybe things are changing. Yes, maybe things are changing. That is why I told you change is inevitable. It's going to happen.
Okay. So what would you say to an aspiring president right now? Someone, a young person out there who's trying to go into office, who's trying to be, go into office. How can he get the votes of the Northerners?
Well, because Nigeria, what do we do in Nigeria? They zone everything in Nigeria.
Hmm.
The northerner just vote. I mean, the president Buhari is from the north.
Hmm.
The northerner cannot be the president again. They're going to say, okay, maybe he's a Yoruba man. Are you telling me if both parties in Nigeria put two Yoruba man as the presidential aspirant, the northerners are not going to vote? Do they have any choice? They're going to vote.
So are you trying to say now this is tribe? You mean it should be played by tribal politics?
No. As a matter of fact, I don't like that. I don't like the zoning system
Okay.
personally. If it is the Yoruba man that is good, let him be there. If we have a Igbo man that is good, let him be there. It doesn't matter. If we say we are Nigerian, we should look at it that we are all one Nigeria, not Western Nigeria, Southern Nigeria, or Eastern Nigeria.
Do you think the Northerners will play that game with you?
They will. They will. They are not, look, they are coming to their, everybody is coming home now to roll.
Do you think we can get a good person from the north?
Why not? Why not?
Do you think the person won't compromise
What compromise about what?
the standard?
I don't understand what you mean by compromise. If you are good, you are good. If you believe in one Nigeria, you believe in one Nigeria. Yes. It's like the black folks telling Obama, because you are black, you have to do everything for the blacks. No, he's not the president of the blacks. He's the president of the United States of America, not the president of blacks. No, that is the thing. If we continue to see ourselves as being from the north or the west or the east, we are going to miss it.
Okay, so let's put it before we round this up. Let's put it in a very logical and understandable and comprehensible method. Someone is watching the show right now, and the person is running for office.
Mhm.
The person is probably clueless, and when I mean clueless, the person is clueless about how we can touch the lives of people in all tribes, so that they can all see a reason to consider him?
Well, if anybody is out there right now looking and wants to go for an office, number one, don't see yourself as a Igbo man or a Yoruba man. Go to an Hausa man, tell him why you want to be the president. Tell him why you think you can do this job well. Don't ever allow yourself to be a Yoruba person or an Hausa person or an Igbo person or a Kanuri person. See yourself as a Nigerian. That is why Obasanjo succeeded in Nigeria.
Do you think language is a barrier? Being unable to speak a language, do you think that's also a barrier in politics?
Uh, well, there are some people who speak the language you cannot speak, who are in your group. They're going to be the one to talk to them. A majority of the time, those who can speak English, how majority of the time they are the one that votes.
Hmm.
Yes, yes. But people who speak the language you cannot speak are part of your group. They're going to be the one to tell them what they think about
Hmm.
you. Yes. There are people campaigning for Tinubu right now. There are people who are from the north campaigning for him. People from the east campaigning for him. People who are campaigning for the vice president as well and other people.
Mhm.
The vice president cannot speak outside. Somebody going to go there and campaign on his behalf and talk to them. Yes. When you that is why we look up to America in everything that we do in Nigeria. All our leaders all come to America here for holidays and everything. What are they learning? Yes, what are they learning? They should go back to Nigeria with what they see here and do something about it. Creation of job, everything. The mineral resources that all the advanced nation uses are from Africa.
Hmm.
Gold, diamond, and all these things. Nigeria as a country has little of every mineral resources that people are talking about. Nigeria has the second or first largest economy in Africa. And our unemployment is above 80%. I don't know how I can think about that. What kind of economy do we have there? We have an economy bigger, or sometimes I think we exchange the number one and two between us and South Africa. I have been to South Africa. There is no difference between South Africa and here. Look at the West in Nigeria. What Awolowo left with the West is still what we have till today. Is it not? Is it not bad for us? We are in the midst of water, and yet we are thirsty. We need to change that.
Hmm. Someone said if the foundation of a house is bad, the best thing is to demolish the house and rebuild. Do you really think the same can be applicable for Nigeria?
No, I will not. I will not agree with that because you see, initially Nigeria was like maybe east, west, and the north. We have three leaders.
Hmm.
Awolowo came back to the west and tell the west, look, knowledge is power. Go to school. All of us started going to school. Sarana went to the north and tell them, say, look, anybody will get the gun. Whoever holds the gun gets the power. We're going to the army then. Azikiwe went to the east and told them about, Like, look at the way Nigerians are now. The army is full of. That is why, if you look at it, the army has always been the head of state, head of state, head of state. Even till now, without the northerners, the east or the west, we cannot do anything. All those things has to change. For crying out loud.
What do you think should be done about the military situation in Nigeria? Because I realize that
Now the military situation is going to reset itself. A lot because there is no job now. Most of our youths are now going to the army. So that one is out of it. It's going to reset.
but they're very brutal, I realize, because
It's becoming stupid for somebody to have a coup in Africa like they used to be. It's going to be stupid. Nigeria cannot be this and say, okay, somebody going to just go there and start a coup. It's going to look stupid because the whole world is going democratic.
Hmm.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe you see different.
Mhm.
But the only way things can work is for you not seeing yourself as an evil man, and me not seeing myself as a Yoruba man, but for all of us to see ourselves as a Nigerian.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, good. Last question. Penultimate, though. If you wake up tomorrow morning and find yourself a president of Nigeria, what is one thing you would change first?
Well, if I wake up in the morning and see that I'm in Nigeria, I'm the president of Nigeria, number one, you are going to get to any position on merit. Period. If only the Igbo can be good to my government, the Igbo will hold every position. I'm not going to say Yoruba is where I come from, so Yoruba must be this. No. Igbo is the one that can help Nigeria to grow, then put Igbo there.
So, what are you trying to say with that?
What I'm trying to tell you is, you should not put a square stick in a round hole. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. You have to put a square peg in a square hole. Everybody that is in Nigeria has a record, one way or the other. Nigeria, the moment you are a governor, that is, you become a millionaire all of a sudden. Then you torment the youth with the money that you have. I am sitting down here, and I will tell you this: 10 years of my life is wasted. I sat down without a job, doing nothing. 10 good years. What do you have to say to that? And some people who knows nothing getting the job because their father is well off. That is stupid.
So, I don't want to answer the question for you. So, some people might not be able to get the point. What is one thing you will change if you get into power?
I just said it to you. You are going to get your job based on merit.
So you're trying to say you're going to change people, you're going to take people out of their job and put new people there based on merit?
If you are not good at your job, you're going to leave the way for somebody that is going to do the job.
Okay.
How do you want? Do you want to succeed with people who are not doing anything you want to do around you?
Mm.
No, maybe I'm not making sense. I just said it to you. If it's a Yoruba man that can be the best engineer in charge of this, is going to be a Yoruba man. I won't care about what anybody thinks.
Mm.
Yes. We don't, this is not tribal politics. Don't let us make it tribal.
So it's competence politics.
Yes. If you are competent, you are going to get the job.
Wow. So the first thing you do is stick the weeds and put the
Yes,
grains.
yes.
Hey, that's a smart one. What is your favorite adage or quote? Like for me, I read this and I really like it. It said that out of the night that covers me black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever God may be for my unconquerable soul. In the clutch of circumstance, I have not whinged nor cried aloud. Under the bloodiness of chance, my head is blooded, but unbowed. Beyond this wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, or how tough or strong or weak the punishment may be. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That word, whenever I hear that word or whenever I read that, it purges me.
Well,
What, for you, what word or adage could be in your language? Whenever you hear that word, purges your soul.
I'm going to take it from the Bible.
Okay?
That you should not fear who can kill the body and cannot kill the soul. You should only fear the person that can kill the body and the soul at the same time. And that's God.
Mm,
That's it.
nice one. Thank you very much for coming to my podcast.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me too.